Hello everyone and welcome to Dr. Fluffy and Cleaning the Litter Box. Today I'm going to take a look at an altercation between Jacklyn Glenn and Onision. Now first of all, Jacklyn Glenn was one of the first atheist YouTubers that I actually subscribed to, and I used to enjoy a lot her videos on religion and things like that. I think she was really nice in terms of the skeptic community, but lately I haven't watched much of her videos, but I know that there are some issues that maybe we don't agree that much about, but I still respect her. I respect her a lot. And I think she's like a well-intentioned person. Overall, I don't have any negative opinion of her. Onision, on the other hand, I think is a total moron. I watched a lot of videos already of him insulting Blair White and a lot of other YouTubers on all the feminist things, and it's really hypocritical on the feminist issue, and then all the creepy stuff with the underage girls and the photos. I don't have a good opinion of him, but I'm trying to go in this again not on the perspective of who they are, but what they said in this particular instance. I want to I kind of understand where they are actually coming from because, God, even when people are trying to be smart, humanity disappoints me, keeps disappointing me.
So I was like, hey, bro, chill.
And she kind of also made fun of the fact that my wife identifies as agender. But again, I don't really care about any of this.
Now, at this point, I thought he was saying that, like, hey, maybe she told him, oh, there's no such thing as an agender person. And she would be right to say that. And he took it like he was making fun. But I didn't. Okay. He was not making fun. She was just pointing out that a reality. And by the way, it says wife. Wife is a female name, by the way. So you're already calling your wife by she. So she's not agendered. But then the video starts becoming complicated.
Yeah, right, of course. You don't care. You totally don't care about any of this, which is why you made a video calling me agenderphobic or transphobic or a bunch of names. You put a lot of labels on me and they all kind of led to bigot, which to me is very frustrating because if you look at my channel and do any research at all, you will see that I am a huge advocate of gay rights and of trans rights. You know, one quick YouTube search would have told you that.
So at this point, I start becoming confused. Is Jaclyn saying that she believes in non-binary people, and she's saying that non-binary people are also trans? Or is she's saying that I'm not transphobic because I support trans people, I just don't support this non-binary bullshit? I was confused because she was not being really clear. So because you can support trans people, real trans people, people that suffer from gender dysphoria, without believing this non-binary bullshit. I have had most of the support on my channel so far has been from real trans people that came to me. Thank you for saying this. I hate that these people are imposing this bullshit on you guys, and not on me. Like, people come to me saying the LGBTQ community does not represent me. Real trans people that come to my channel and say this. Trans people, majority of trans people, do not think this community represents them. And they understand that non-binary people are not trans people and they are not helping the trans community, the real trans community. So I was kind of having a weird feeling about this, and I was like, does she believe in this non-binary bullshit? Let's check out.
I will admit that the video that I made was very poorly worded. I rewatched it today and cringed a little bit, so maybe I'll readdress it at some point in the future by myself this time with better explanations as to why I feel the way that I feel.
My wife identifies as agender.
Wife, a married woman. Oh shit. Considered in relation to her spouse. Synonyms: spouse, partner, life partner, mate, consort, woman.
Yes, exactly right. Wife. A female. It's a female partner that you get married with in a binary system, where you can get also married to a man now. No problem at all. Still binary. It's husband and husband. So It works on a binary system. No problem. There's no such thing as a gender.
Oh shit, now what? I never tried to insult Lainey. I do believe that at some point in my video, I might have used feminine pronouns like she or her, and maybe that was something that, you know, was taken offense to.
But Jaclyn, you cannot take offense to that. Because it's the truth. She is a woman. So you use the pronouns that correspond to a woman. It's like you criticize Christians. Are you afraid of offending Christians when you say Christianity is a delusion? If you're not, if you don't care, if you don't offend Christians, you cannot care if you offend the non-binary delusion. It's that simple. It's the same situation.
But I would like to point out that the video you made about me was on October 25th. And the reason I want to point that out is because you refer to Lainey with feminine pronouns all the time, especially around the time of that video. For example, on October 3rd, what the heck, why is she so beautiful? October 19th, on a date with this gorgeous lady. October 25th, the day you posted this video about me. Lainey is going to hate this picture, but she is so beautiful, how could I not post it?
This contradiction occurs because deep inside they know this is all bullshit. It's not real. So, in the end of the day, he knows that she's a woman, she knows she's a woman, but they want to do this agender thing because the agender thing is part of a victim culture. Everybody wants to be a victim. The more part of a victim group you are, the more victim points you receive, more sympathy you get, the more political correctness bullshit you can muster up and sympathy between the circle jerk of a safe space you can get. In the end of the day, it's a political correct move. They're basically introducing themselves into this niche group of ideologues, and that way they get like protection from the group mentality. That's what it is.
I'm not trying to point these things out to throw shade, but I would like to point out how one could be confused in this situation and misgender. I know that now you're referring to Lainey with they, them pronouns.
You can't actually misgender because unless you're like very bad in observation, you look at her, she's a girl, you call her a girl. If you would be wrong, probably she would be a boy because it's a 50-50% probability. You can go wrong. It's really hard, you know. Sometimes like that Tokyo Hotel singer, I can imagine people misgendering him because the first time I looked at him, I thought, damn, that girl when she grows up, she's going to be pretty. But then, oh fuck, that's a boy. Oh damn, that's disgusting. So people need to stop. I know that you mean well, Jaclyn, but there's only two genders. Like, and that has nothing to do with transgender people. Transgender people just transition from one gender to the other. It's so simple. Why don't people understand this?
It's the best. So whenever I made my video, my last video about Eugenia and Onision, I went to his channel to pull clips from different videos, and I saw this. It just kept getting recommended to me, which was super annoying. But I found it very interesting because although it was just a prank, trying to tell everyone, hey, she's not actually pregnant. The thumbnail said boy or girl on it, which, triggered me because there's a spectrum of genders, Greg. See, the thing is whenever I was getting yelled at and harassed for this being transphobic thing after you posted your video, a lot of people were trying to educate me in some sense about the difference between gender and sex.
The difference between gender and sex. Gender is used to describe a person's sex in society. It's like a polite word. Sex is the direct scientific name for the gender. That's it. You don't have anything else to explain. Sex and gender are the same thing. They're just used in different contexts. That's it. The only time a person's gender does not match the sex is gender dysphoria and transsexuality, where people transition from one gender to the other. The rest, 99.7% of more than 99.7% of all the human population, the sex matches the gender. Okay? Explained? Problem solved. It's like the mystery of all time. What is the difference between gender and sex? Like, it's a mystery from Sherlock Holmes couldn't solve it. Sherlock Holmes passed his entire career, I couldn't solve it. His entire imaginative, fictitious career, so fictitious, like the difference between gender and sex. There's no difference.
See, like, sex is what you're born with and gender is just a social construct, right? So why is your video a gender reveal party for a baby? Shouldn't it be a sex reveal party?
I'm on the way to Target to get balloons, I think they do, and we're gonna pop whichever balloon is the gender of our child.
I wonder how many balloons you're gonna buy.
Time for the gender reveal. Let's do this. Alright, so Lainey is going to blow up the blue balloon. I'm gonna blow up the pink.
Oh man, there's only two, and one's blue and one's pink, because not only are we defining genders, we're defining gender roles too. Awesome!
Again, even though they claim all this gender bullshit, they go back to reality without even thinking about it. Because it is reality. It's completely absurd, of course, this non-binary bullshit. My god. Now, for the rest of the video, she explains how he's kind of a hypocrite because before he used to attack a lot the transgender community, and how he says that he doesn't watch their videos and he wants a debate, and she's saying that she will accept the debate. Maybe I'll watch it if it actually appears, but in the end of the day, I think even though Jacklyn is a smart girl, the feeling that I got was that she kind of buys into this gender is fluid and there's more than two genders bullshit. And I know that this video will never reach Jacklyn because my channel is like a small, like it's not even a pot in an ocean. It's like a raindrop that fell in the ocean, and I have no impact whatsoever. But as a biologist, this kind of thing annoys me. And if you do see this video, Jacklyn, let me tell you this in a way that you can understand. You can support the trans community, the real trans community, without buying in to the bullshit that gender is not binary, because it is. Gender is completely binary, and gender is defined by your chromosomes, by your genetics. And gender dysphoria is a condition that is affected by your genetics. It's a genetic defect that happens and that causes the brain of the person to not match with the genetical sex, the biological sex. So people do the transition, and the transition from a binary scale. Without the binary scale, even the concept of transsexual would not work. The concept of homosexuality and heterosexuality would not work without a binary scale. All mammals have a binary scale. It's that simple. You have an XX chromosome, you have an XY chromosome. And those two are needed to reproduction. If you wanted a third gender, you needed someone, please listen well, you needed someone with different genitalia, with different gametes, and with a different reproduction system that would not need either a vagina or a penis to reproduce. They would not need spermatozoa or ovule to reproduce. It would be a completely new reproduction system, and they would be passed on from generation to generation. It cannot be just one generation. They have to be fertile and produce new reproduction. That would make a third gender. Well, I'm getting out of time, so everyone, I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Let's keep an eye on this debate because it sounds interesting. If you like this video, leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. Help me out because I like this. I like these things. Stay fluffy.